Okay, just waiting to get onto Facebook now. Okay, just let me know when I'm on, guys. Let me know when I'm going on. All right, here we go, live. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Long time no see. I apologize for my technical difficulties from my last two shows. I am here to make Bananas Foster, and hopefully here to make the world a better place. Obviously, there's a lot of turmoil right now. I myself even get involved at times, but if everyone could spend time in the kitchen and cook for each other, we would have probably world peace, and that's what I hope to bring to you guys today. At least for an hour, a little bit of peace from the world with a delicious dessert called Bananas Foster. Okay, let me just get on Facebook totally to see who's watching. Who's watching us now? Anyone? Anyone's watching us? Let's see. Okay, hello. I don't know if anybody's watching me after all my technical difficulties I had, but I'm gonna see. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, let's see. Let's start it off here. One moment, folks. I'm just trying to get on my Facebook so I can see where we're at. It's not working here. Okay. Here we go. Alright, I see myself. Let's go into our mode. Anyone watching? Doesn't look like anyone is watching right now. Bananas Foster, I hope they made the announcement. We have today, this afternoon. It's a great dessert. The reason behind it is the fact that during the 1950s, New Orleans was a major port, and it was the only port really that was taking bananas in from Central America and South America. Okay, so what happened was the owner of a famous restaurant named Brennan's, I believe it's still there, Edward Owen Brennan's, he saw all these bananas coming in, and he wanted his chef, Paul Blanchet, to come up with a dish or two in order for them to utilize the bananas. So what Paul Blanchet did, he came up with a dessert called Bananas Foster. The reason why he called it Bananas Foster is because one of the patrons, the gentleman by the name of Richard Foster, was a chairman and served with the restaurant owner, Owen Brennan, in New Orleans in their crime commission. It was a civic effort in order at that time. The crime commission made an effort to clean up the French Quarter because obviously, I guess at that time, it was corrupt and a lot of bad things were going on in there, and they wanted to make it better for all the restaurants and the retail places. So they came up with Bananas Foster in honor of Richard Foster, okay, who was also the owner of the Foster Awning Company. All right, so that's great. So it's a great dessert. You know the history behind it now, and we're going to get going with it in a second. All right. I guess nobody wants to talk to me today. I don't see anyone here anyone whatsoever. I guess they're getting tired of me having technical difficulties, but it doesn't look like anyone is getting involved. All right. Well, I'm going to continue it because there'll be other people that want to see it. And here we go. All right. When you cook banana pasta, you want to do it on a low, very low flame. Okay, I don't have a flame, so we're putting it on the electric thing as low. Okay, and there's simple ingredients with it. We're gonna go through our mise en place right now. Obviously, I have 2 bananas here, which I'm going to show you how I cut them and everything and preserve them. We also have a half a stick of butter. Right here, half a stick of butter for our mise en place. We have a half a cup of brown sugar, okay? And then we have approximately 1 teaspoon of cinnamon that we're going to use. Now, it doesn't call for vanilla extract, but I like to use a little bit for flavoring a little better. Okay, normally some places use banana liqueur and dark rum. I'm using brandy and dark rum today. So I have my little brandy here that I use for cooking. And I have some beautiful dark rum from my wife's country of Barbados. Okay, very good. All right, so we're going to start off. First of all, Jennifer, hello. Joan, hello. Jennifer Ann always enjoys watching, which thank you very much, Jennifer. I appreciate that. All right, so with the banana Foster, normally you could put vanilla ice cream on it, but my wife I'm making this for is requesting some nice pound cake. So we got some nice pound cake here. I cut into triangles, if you can see that, and I put it in a bowl. So we're gonna put the banana Foster on top. Unfortunately, I don't have any whipped cream. I would probably put a little whipped cream on top there. Top it off with the mint. All right. So what are we going to do now? We're going to cut our bananas. I'm going to show you how to cut bananas whenever you're baking or doing anything to prevent them from turning brown. Okay. So first I have my nice knife here. I'm going to take this one banana and get it out of the way of the cutting board. I'm going to cut the ends off of the banana. Okay, right there. I'm going to get the ends off. Then you're going to make a slit right along this side and a slit along the back side. So the front and the back, you're going to make a slit. Then you're going to take the skin off the top of the banana. All right, then we're going to cut it while it's in that skin in order to preserve it. All right, so you can either do it lengthwise, or what I like to do, especially with this type of dessert I'm making with pound cake, I cut it on a bias, all the bananas. Nice bias. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the skin and I'm going to lay it on top. You see how I have that? And that's going to preserve it from turning brown. Okay. So we're going to do the next one. Watch carefully. The next one, we're going to cut off our ends. Okay. Then we're going to slit the front and slit the back. And we're going to take off the top, and we're going to cut our bananas into little biases, right? On a bias. The bias means on a slant. Okay, in French, basically, or that's how the French interpret it. So now I have my bananas all set to go. All right, I have this thing has been heating on low, my pan here. So we're going to get that going in about a minute. What you want to do is you want to put pretty much all your ingredients, with the exception of the bananas and alcohol, first. So we have our butter. We're going to let that melt a little bit. Maybe lower it. I want it just to melt. I don't really want it to do anything here. You guys getting that? I hope. All right, here we go. We're gonna swish it around. Gonna lower it. I'll put my fan on low. Over that a little bit, lower that temperature. Okay, now we're gonna add our other ingredients. While that's melting, we want to dissolve our sugar. We're gonna put the brown sugar in. We're gonna put our cinnamon in. And we're going to add a little of our vanilla extract, the Madagascar vanilla extract. That's what we want. So I'm going to take my trusty wooden spoon, and I'm going to go around and around and around. I'm going to mix that in until it's dissolved. Yeah. Okay. So that is dissolving right now. Very good. Does everybody see that dissolving there? See how it dissolves, a little sugar and stuff? Alright, we're gonna add our brandy, about 1/4 cup. We don't want to put too much in there. Then we're gonna flambe, as they say, once it's in there. There we go. Gonna flambe. Okay, we got that going. Woo, you can feel that. You can inhale that brandy now. Looks good, looks good. Alright, so now we're going to take our bananas. We're going to put our bananas in here. We're going to wait till they get soft and brown. These are beautiful looking bananas. She did a great job picking out her bananas here. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so got the bananas cooking. Right up, we're gonna swish around, it's gonna get nice and soft. Alright, then we're gonna add our rum and flambe. Then we should be done just about. We're gonna pick this up a little bit. We're going to take this, our bowl, and make that happen. Always got to try and be clean if you can. I know it's difficult, even for me. But that's what we got. Okay, so I got my bowl with the pound cake. I got the banana sauce going. I'm going to get my rum ready. And then we're going to try and flambe it. It's going to be a little difficult with an electric stove, but we'll try. About 1/4 cup of rum, a little extra depending if you like to drink or not, basically. Okay, see all that sugar is coming up. We want we're gonna toss it over our bananas. There we go. We got that beautiful looking thing here. That's a beautiful thing. We're gonna put up the heat a little more. A little more. You get it bubbling. Okay, look at that. There we go. We got it going now. Alright, we're gonna keep it going. Gotta soften a little more with the bananas. Want them to turn a little brown. Get caramelized with all that. I hope you guys are paying attention. This is a great dessert. Very simple to make. Doesn't take long. Here we go. Mixing up bananas. Yeah. Look at that nice syrup that's developing on that. Did anybody see that? That beautiful syrup that's developing on that with the banana sauce. Beautiful. It's going to be a great dessert here. Okay. Gonna go a little more. Again, I apologize. I've had some problems last week and apparently this week. Hopefully they've all been corrected. The station is trying to be helpful. I have a couple of good shows lined up for you. Actually, more than that coming up in June. We got a lot going on. I'm even going to have a friend of mine who's a very good cook. A couple of them maybe do demonstrations for you. Not just me, but we're going to have them do something nice. Maybe make a pasta and gnocchi or something. We're going to see what we got going on. Okay, so that's getting there. We're going to give it another minute or two, then we're going to add our rum to that. Now the purpose of flambe basically really is for show. Okay, a lot of chefs do it for show, but also it does intensifies the flavor of everything. Now, also, people have asked if you could get drunk. I'm going to add my rum in now, just for a little bit. People ask if you could get drunk off of alcohol and food. Yes, you can. If it's not burnt off, you definitely can. So we're going to let this get a little warm, and then we're going to flambe. There we go. See that, everyone? Got the flambe going? Look at that. Yeehaw, yeehaw. Okay, look at that. It's going to be burning off a little bit. The alcohol is still going to stay in there with the banana cluster. That flame is going pretty good. Don't try and put it out. Best thing to do is just to put a cover on it. And that cover will smother the flames, and you'll be done. So there you go. Look at that. Et voila, as they say in French. Voila, look at that. You got the banana cluster right there. Look at that nice syrupy, nice caramel going on. Beautiful. The aroma, I feel the aroma of the rum and the brandy, which is going to be intensifying into those bananas. Okay? And there you go. I have a question here. How long have I been cooking? Chef, I say about 15 years. But I have worked in restaurants ever since I was about 20 years old. Okay? I am approaching 60 now. So that's a lot of years I've been cooking. I've also had a pizzeria at one point in my life. So cooking has been in my blood for a very long time, as well as the rest of the restaurant industry. I've been working there for. Okay, let's see. Alright, so that's our banana Worcester. It's done. And we're going to put it over the pound cake. We're going to give it to the wife. She's going to enjoy it as a nice little midday snack here. Okay, so we're going to take that. We're going to take our banana Worcester, pour it over that, tilt it a little bit, and we're going to put the bananas in there, left over for later. There we go. Gonna drizzle some more on there. Look at that, huh? It's almost like a nice caramel. There we go. Everybody catching that? A little more, a little more. Wife likes it. Okay, there you go. Banana sauce, everyone. And voila, it's done. Bringing a little bit of the old Big Easy to you, New Orleans. Giving you a little history on it. And there you go. Harry, are you here?
I'm here.
Would you like your banana sauce there?
Thanks very much.
Yes?
Yes.
Come and get it.
Alrighty.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Look at that.
You might want to tell them you don't like bananas.
I don't like bananas personally, so which is great because that's more for her when you have that. So that's banana Worcester. It's very intense, right?
Yeah.
The flavor is definitely very intense, everyone. From the alcohol that you do in it, it intensifies all your flavors. It enhances your palate. Everything is good. If she had some vanilla ice cream, that would even enhance it more probably. But you know what? She likes it just with the pound cake. I don't blame her. Next time I'll make sure I do some whipped cream or something like that. Look into that. All right. So that's banana Worcester. And again, it's got a little touch of everything. You can impress your friends with that. I'm going to just change the camera around now so that you get to see me. And here we go. Intense. Yeah. Oh shoot. Okay. Sorry about that. I might have lost you a little bit. Almost there. As you can see, it doesn't take too long to do the bananas Foster. So that's why it's a good idea. You get it done yourself. Doesn't take long. Ingredients aren't too bad. I say have a good time. Invite your friends over. Do a little flambe. They'll enjoy it. Banana lovers. It's definitely made for banana lovers. I mean, you got a nice caramel going on there. You got the alcohol. You got the flavor of the banana, the brandy. I'm telling you, that was delicious. Got a little touch of cinnamon. I think the vanilla actually is another good thing that makes it go pretty good. That's pretty much it, folks. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there. Food will always bring us together, no matter what. It's a way of bringing love to people, making a good meal. Invite your neighbors over if you can. I know there's a little social distancing now. Everybody's going outside now, barbecuing. Have your neighbors come by for a little barbecue, even if they're 6 feet away from you. It's going to create at least some love, as they say. And cooking is love to me. That's the way I can only communicate love to people sometimes, is through cooking and doing things associated in food. Jeannie Kajemi Coffin is watching. Gina, you probably just missed the whole act of the banana Foster, but you can catch it later. Gene, I hope this was helpful to you. And now you can see me, I hope. I'm doing good. Jennifer Ann asked me, I told her how long I've been cooking for, which brings me to my show's coming up. I'm going to be turning 60 years old, and I guess people will look at that as a death sentence. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not too happy about it, but I thought, what's the best way to celebrate my birthday? Maybe have people or go back and bring out people from your past that you've known and had good times with, that you've lost touch with. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing during quarantine life. I'm going to be bringing back people that touched me in my life. I'm going to bring some of my relatives on so you could see what I was like as a kid, what they were like as a kid, what it was like growing up. People that I worked with, I had good times with, I'm going to bring them on the show. I'm going to bring guys from we're going to have a special with guys from my high school. Now, I went to a military school and we all slept together, and it was a very intense time period in all our lives. And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to give them a pop quiz, too, on the school. So that should be interesting. That's going to be on June 13th, which is my actual birthday. Hopefully I could bring in enough guys, that we have a good time. It's on a Saturday at 4 o'clock. It's going to start. And so far, I got about 3 guys that I went to high school with. Hopefully we're going to have more. I'm going to see if I can dig up some more people. There's plenty out there. In fact, any of you guys from LaSalle that want to do it, get in touch. You don't have to necessarily be in the class of 78. You could be either an older class or a younger class as well. And we're going to all talk about our experiences at LaSalle Military Academy. And I think it's going to be interesting because there's a lot of good stories, trust me, that came out of that school. Good and bad, but mostly good times. It was probably the most inspiring and the most important part of my life was at that school. I was only 14 when I went in. I was a very young kid, very naive, didn't know anything except for where I lived. That was it, and the people around me. And this made me realize that there's more people in the world other than people from Garden City South and everything. So I think you'll find it entertaining. Now, I'm also going to bring back, I already have one girl from 44 years ago that I took to a LaSalle ball dance. And she's going to be coming on. Her name is Barbara. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about that day and how she felt and how I felt. So now after 44 years, I'm going to finally find out how she felt about me. Is that something, man? That's incredible. So we're going to do that. I'm trying to get my first girlfriend I ever had in high school that I took to my senior prom. Angela, if you're out there, Angela Gome. is her name now. She lives in well, I don't want to say where she lives, but her name's Angela Gomn, Gomn. She used to be Angela Parada. So we hope to see her, and I hope to have everything technically correct for all this because it's going to be great shows. So we got that now. Also, another part that I'm going to be doing is we're going to be going to restaurants. We're going to be going to past people I have on the show. And we're going to do everything Zoom. We're going to go into the place. You can see the place. You can see what they're doing now. And we're doing this in order so everybody can go and support them. Also, you'll get to see that they're open and what they're doing and their operations. For instance, we're going to have Hop Wings on, and you're going to see what they're doing. You know, they're a brewery out here in Bayshore, and what they do is they've been delivering and on weekends and doing curbside pickup, which is incredible. So we're gonna go see them. We're gonna go to a liquor store. Would you like some more?
That was horrible.
That was horrible, right? See, folks, she said it was horrible. Look at that. She almost licked the bowl clean, actually. Look at that, huh? It's all gone. So there you go. Another satisfied customer. Great. I'm glad, because for me, cooking was all about cooking for people and having them enjoy it. Money is nice, you know, but I got more of a thrill cooking something and having people really going crazy and enjoying it. I remember one time I worked in this place and they had a golf outing, and I made some filet mignon with a béarnaise sauce. And I just remember these guys, after we didn't run out, but we had to change the tray. These guys were literally getting up, ready to like just storm the table to get that filet mignon. And I never seen anything like it. It was incredible. It really was. And it made me feel good that I was successful in doing that. So that's where I get my kicks. My kicks are cooking for people and making sure that they love what they're doing. And that's what a chef is about. There's a cook, and then you have a chef. A cook will cook something. It's his job. He'll cook it good. You know, usually for the customer. But a chef will take that dish, will change it, will do whatever it takes to bring that customer to heaven. And that's exactly the way I was trained. So whatever I make will bring you to heaven and back. That's what it's all about. So that's that. So again, we're going to have some good shows. We're going to have going back into my past. Okay, I was born in 1960. June 13th, 1960 was my birthday. I'm going to be 60 years old in about a week or so. I grew up in a town called Garden City South. I went to a grammar school. Well, first I went to kindergarten in Washington Street School, which is in Garden City South. Then I went to St. Anne's School in Garden City. I went there for 8 years of my life. I'm going to have two guys, the McAuliffe brothers, that are from there, and a teacher from St. Anne's, hopefully, on the show. And we'll get to talk about St. Anne's a little bit, growing up in school in Garden City. So I went there, and then from there I went to LaSalle Military Academy out in Oakdale, Long Island, where I got quite an education, a life experience, and regular school education as well. I don't know if I can dig up a teacher from there. Some of them were very old, the brothers, but we'll see. And we're going to have guys from the school. I'm going to give them a pop quiz. We're going to talk about the school. I'm going to give them a quiz on it and see how well they do. Also, again, you know, like I said, we're going to have some girls that I dated, went to a prom with. And I'm sure they're all married now, and they might even be grandmothers. So that's going to be real interesting. We're going to show a picture of what we were like then, and you're going to see us what we are now. And I think that's going to be great entertainment. I hope you guys will watch it. Quarantine life, that's my life, pretty much all together. This is craziness right now. But, you know, sometimes if you go back and you reminisce and see people, it makes you feel good, you know. And I know, like, once I talk to Barbara, I'm going to feel good. This is going to take me back to a time where I had such a great night. We went out. We went to the ball in Manhattan. Then we went to a nice place afterwards with singing waiters and everything. It was a very pinnacle part of my life, and I was only 16 years old at the time, which is great. So that's what I have in store for you guys. I hope you like it. I'm trying to make sure with our send off on our next show here on Iron Chef, COVID-19 Iron Chef. I hope to bring you guys into Eisenhower Park where they're going to have trucks. So hopefully I'm going to send a guy in there. One of my friends who's been on the show, comic, Amerigo Flavon. Hopefully he'll be able to go, and he's going to go and he's going to check out the food trucks at Eisenhower Park. So that will be a show coming up, hopefully next Thursday, a week from today, and we'll have that. And then after that, we're going to have all different places. I might even have places on Quarantine Life for 15 minutes. This is a show. I really want to push these places. They're a part of Long Island. We should all patron every place, especially if your favorite place. Go say hello to the owner after this is all over. Tell him how much you missed him. He'll love you for it, or she will love you for it, I should say. It's not just men. And I mean, it's the best way to say thank you is to go to a place and just tell them how great their food is, how much you missed it. I know there's a Chinese restaurant around here that was closed down, and it finally opened. We were so happy. I'm telling you, food makes everybody happy. Food makes the world go round. And it's always at the top of our list, right? You got food, shelter, and clothing. Food, shelter, and clothing. And those are always the priorities. So you could live without a house, but you can't live without food. And everybody loves a good cup of coffee. Everybody loves a good bagel. And that's what my show was about. Was bringing those places to you. Places that will make you feel good. Places that you'll enjoy on the island. That'll take you from your mundane and your confused lifestyle, if you have one, or take you away from all this violence and all this other stuff that's going on in the world, and make it a better place for everyone. Again, take your neighbor, invite your neighbors over. When I was a kid, my father used to invite everybody over. After his big Christmas Eve dinner, we'd have leftover fish and whatever. He'd always invite our neighbor next door to come over, and they waited for that. They waited for that every year. They waited for that, for my father to invite them over. And they'd come over, man, and they have a great time. And they looked forward to it. They really did, and they enjoyed it and stuff. And I'm sure. I'm sorry, I'm having difficulties with my big fingers here. I should not be touching anything. But anyway, so that's what it's all about, and it's not just being Italian, it's everybody, Irish people. My wife is from Barbados, and her family gets together and they make some really cool food. I went over there for Christmas when we first got married. Her mother made this dish called cuckoo. It was delicious. Then she'd make flying fish, and then she'd make some coconut bread. Delicious, absolutely delicious. And everybody would get together and be festive as a family. So food is international. It's not just one particular ethnic background. It's international. I guess I pontificated enough about that, but I can't tell you how much food has been a part of my life. It really has. I guess, from growing up with a father who would not only, my mother would cook, but my father would also take responsibilities and cook. So he was a very good mentor for me in that respect too. And he loved food. Everybody in my family loves food. That's probably why most of them aren't around right now. That's probably why I'm like this. But food is great. Food is wonderful. Food, wonderful food. Remember, there's from the musical. So during this quarantine, concentrate, make some dishes. I've been trying to make some nice dishes, concentrate on food for my family. Invite a neighbor, whatever it takes, do it. Okay. Now, anybody have any other questions? Not too many people are here today. I can understand that because I haven't been around. I guess everybody thought I left off the face of the earth, but I really didn't. I'm here, folks. I'm big. You can't miss me. So That's it. I haven't seen Taz today. I was a little surprised. Taz, the artist. Bonnie just came on. She's watching. Bonnie, yesterday, just want to correct something. When I went on the road trip to Notre Dame with my friend, his girlfriend's roommate was suicidal. She did not commit suicide. Her boyfriend committed suicide. But I had to spend the whole entire trip with this woman who was suicidal and keeping an eye on her to make sure she wouldn't do anything. Can you imagine that? My friend did it just to keep her away from his girlfriend. So that's really what happened. I didn't mean to make a bummer on the show. But I think you might have read it wrong. It was suicidal, not suicide. That was quite another part of my life, going to Notre Dame and having to entertain a woman that was suicidal. I felt bad for her, but it was quite a nerve-wracking experience when you want to have a good time and you're in a bar in Wisconsin and having a good time, or in Chicago. You're at Mother's in Chicago trying to play a little basketball in the hoops there. But all in all, it still was a memorable experience. I hope she's okay now. She's probably a mother, married, and has grandchildren and everything, I'm sure. I don't even remember her name. I know she lived in a town called Washington's Crossings, which was, I think, a kind of an exclusive area in New Jersey. They called it that because that's where George Washington crossed over into Delaware. So that's pretty neat. As you can see, Bonnie, I made it technically today. Everything is good. Let's see, what else? Get rid of that. Oh, jeez. I don't know what's going on. My big fingers again. Let's see, anything here? I saw that in the comments after the show. That is stressful. Yes, Bonnie, I'm glad you saw it after that. Bonnie's got a great show. I gotta say, her and Mandy, the topics and everything keeps everybody involved. They do a really great job. And they're very peppy, they're very positive people, which is great, you know. I gotta say, I really enjoy that show. I love watching it. I love to tell. Bonnie likes to hear some of my experiences. Bonnie, tune into my quarantine life, so you're gonna hear all of it. You can hear everything. We're gonna have, as I said, I'm gonna have a girl that I took to a ball, LaSalle Ball in Manhattan, from 44 years ago. Her name is Barbara. She just contacted me last night, and she said, of course she'll come on, that she remembers the dance as if it was yesterday. So that's going to be a great show right there. Hopefully I can find my girlfriend that I took to my senior prom and have her come on. And let's see, got something else from Bonnie here. She's lucky she had you, or who knows what would have happened. Yes, who knows what would have happened, right? But everything happens for a reason, Bonnie. I had my son Ryan. If I had been with this woman, I may not have had Ryan. I may have had someone else. I may have had a girl. I could have had a boy, but it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be Ryan. And I love my son. I love him to death. And I don't want to say love him to death, but I love Ryan. He's always been a bundle of joy. I just hope that I can make it up to him and make him back into a bundle of joy. But you know how it goes, Bonnie. You got a daughter that just came back from Buffalo, and you know how they are at this age. So, let's see, anything else? I think that's it as far as people that are watching. I'm a little disappointed, but again, I'm sure hopefully people will be watching afterwards. I made a great dish, bananas Foster. It was delicious, according to my wife, who, this is the outcome of that particular bananas Foster that I gave her, which was actually 2 slices of pound cake, and the bananas on top with the caramel sauce, which was great. That comes with the bananas Foster, in the rum and in the bread that we added too. So this is what we got left. Let's show the audience. This is what I got left here, folks. There you go. That's what's left, and that'll probably be eaten tonight sometime for dessert. Look at that. Right, see all that juices, all that caramel on those bananas, all that glaze. And you can make it too. Just watch the show and you'll know. It doesn't take much, 4 or 5 ingredients, and you're all set. Okay, I got Danny Rosinski, and he says, starving, what are you making? Well, Danny, we just made bananas Foster. It's a dessert, usually with vanilla ice cream or pound cake, and you saute it in a pan, bananas with some brown sugar, butter, cinnamon, a little vanilla extract. Then you add in some brandy and dark rum, light it up, flambe, and you're all set. It originated, once again, banana sauce originated in 1951 by a chef named Paul Blanchet, who was at Brennan's, which is a famous restaurant there, owned by Owen Brennan. Bananas were coming into New Orleans port from South America in an abundance, and the owner said to Paul, I want you to make some dishes with bananas. I want to get on this banana craze that's coming into this country. So Paul Blanchet came up with a dessert of what I just did. And he even flambéed it for a little experience. Flambé also intensifies the flavors. So he did butter, brown sugar, cinnamon. I added the vanilla extract myself. He put, some people put banana liqueur, I put brandy in. Cook that up, then you add your dark rum, light it up, and you're all set. And he put it over vanilla ice cream. He called it Bananas Foster because of a gentleman that was a friend of the owner of the restaurant, Owen Brennan. The gentleman's name was Richard Foster. Okay, and he was with with Owen Brennan on a New Orleans crime commission. It was a commission to clean up New Orleans from the crime and the undesirables and stuff like that, make it more into a nice place to visit. And they did that job. They did it very well back in 1951. So the chef knew he was his friend, so he decided to make Richard Foster Bananas Foster in his honor, and that's what they did. And that's how dishes get created sometimes. I know in my lifetime I've created a dish for certain people that would come into the restaurant. I just can't remember, but I know I have. And people love that. People love it when you make a dish, that they like. I remember one guy came in and what did he do? He said to me, I want you to make a hot sauce that I can't even eat, because according to him, he could eat any hot sauce. So he gave me a challenge. So I put like every friggin' pepper that I could think of, including the Scotch bonnet peppers, which are very hot, and I made a sauce out of it. And I did the chicken wings with it, and you know what? I succeeded. He was choking, and he said that was a great job, and he loved it, and he continued to eat it, which I don't understand. But people want that, are that masochistic, is that the word? With food, and that's what they like. They want hot food, that's what they get. And I don't particularly enjoy too hot of food, because then your taste buds get all disturbed and you don't enjoy what you're eating after a certain point. Jay Christopher's here. Jay, how are you, Jay? Good to see you. I hope once this COVID thing is over, I'd like to see you on my show. We're coming up with a couple of shows. Hopefully, we'll have another show on. You can be on that. In fact, if you want to go to restaurants now, I got a job for you. If you know how to work Zoom, you can be part of that deal too. You could go visit some places. Do the Zoom. We'll have everything here where I am. We'll have you on the Zoom, and you can talk to the owner. Maybe they'll feed you good. You never know, right? That would be great. All right, so let's see. What do we got here? We got some more. Let me see. Wow, that looks delicious. I guess you saw that. Thank you, Jay. He says, I'm the best chef. Keep feeding us. Danny asked a kind of a personal question. No, but I have had requests for that, Danny, by other people, believe it or not. I know it's really stupid, but being a chef kind of is like being a rock star in some ways. A lot of people really like chefs. When I was divorced, I would say there were a lot of women that, for a guy like me that was shy, that wanted to go out with me, and I think the reason was because I could cook for them, and I think that was partly the reason. Yeah, the chef coat. A lot of women like chef coats. I worked in a hospital, and the secretary there in our office insisted that I wear chef coats, and she bought them for me. She bought me various chef coats to wear that she wanted to see me in. At that time, I was a lot lighter and a little different, or maybe a little more desirable. I don't know. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, Danny. Okay, I don't want to get too personal between my marriage or anything like that. It's something that's personal to me. Let's see what else. What do we got? Okay, Bonnie. I just found out I have to have it on the website right now. So I'm going to McDonald's. Bonnie, man, I hope that's not true. I love you. I hope that really doesn't. That's not a true thing that you just said. It might be a joke. Hopefully, I hope it's a joke. Danny said, "Do you have to let alcoholics know that there is booze in that dish?" Yeah, you should, because, like I said, not all dishes with alcohol burn off the alcohol. So, like a dish like this with banana sauce, I would definitely say that. You can get drunk. I mean, you probably have to have 50 portions, but there is a lot of alcohol in there, and it could satisfy someone who is an alcoholic. It could spur them on to start to drink again, honestly. And that's the truth. I'm not kidding. So, yeah, I would, obviously, the alcoholic, just like everything else, they should know what they're having in order, to make sure that they don't, they don't go off the wagon or whatever you want to call it. So yeah. Any other questions, folks? I got about another 10 minutes here. Any other questions? Any questions about shows coming up? Anything like that? Jennifer Ann, where are you from? I'm not sure where you're from. Why don't you let me know? Danny, where are you from too? Let me know where you're from. Bonnie, man. I will pray for Bonnie. I want everybody right now to pray for Bonnie. Because she's a wonderful person, and things should never happen to wonderful people, especially like herself. So Bonnie, I wish you the best. I hope nothing happens. I'm going to be saying a lot of prayers for you, because you're a great person, and you're a good person, and good people should never have to go through whatever happens in a bad way for them. So keep your chin up. If you need any support, Bonnie, I'm right here for you. I'll make you banana Foster as much as you want. So that's all I got to say. So Bonnie, make sure you're good. I will pray. I want everyone here to pray for Bonnie, that she is going to be all right. Okay. Actually, Bonnie, I kind of know what you're going through, because I had something also where they suspected, something with that particular disease, and I had to go through a biopsy, and luckily nothing happened. So I really wish the same for you and the best. Okay, got Joe Staz. Joe Staz, you are late. I already cooked it, so forget you. All right. No, that's not true. Joe Staz was a chef too. He kind of communicated with me once, and turns out he was a chef, and he retired down in Florida. And it was funny because I was making sauce on Sunday, and he was making lasagna. So it was really cool. I saw a picture of him. He did a great job, trays. And what he did was he made trays for his neighbors too. So that was great. That's why Joe is a chef, because he wants to make people happy with food. He wants to bring them to heaven. I hope Joe knows that. I'm sure he does know that. Okay, I got someone ringing at the doorbell, which means probably my food delivery coming in from ShopRite. A little mad at them. I didn't get everything I wanted. All right, so Mr. Staz down in Florida, I hope the food is pretty good down there. I haven't really been down there in a while. I know in Orlando a couple of restaurants, I don't know if they're still around, but that should be it. All right, we got Bonnie, Joan, and so hopefully, yep. Bonnie, hopefully, I hope it is. Hello. I'm almost done. Sorry, my wife is a food delivery, and I bet she's got all these bags she's bringing in. So we're gonna be putting everything away after the show. I guess that's it. I'm going to see what kind of a dish I can make tonight for everybody. They didn't really bring me much in terms of meat since everything from ShopRite. So we'll probably have to go out and get some if we have to. I hate to do that. So that's my show for today. go back and watch me make the bananas foster. Make it for your wife, make it for your friend, make it for whoever you want. It's a fun dish. Get some ice cream, get some pound cake, get some whipped cream, put it on top. Have a good time. Who cares? We're in quarantine. All right. So my next show will be next Tuesday on Quarantine Life at 2:15. I'm not sure who's going to be on yet. It'll either be the McAuliffe brothers. It might be my cousins. I'm not quite sure. But I will know by the end of this week, which is tomorrow. And then on Thursday at 12:30, we're going to be visiting, hopefully, food trucks in Eisenhower Park. If not, we'll be at other establishments. So you get to see what's going on there and see what these places are doing. And hopefully you'll go and out there and visit them and get their delicious food. Okay, so once again, God bless everybody. Bonnie, God bless you. And Joe Staz, keep up the good work with the lasagna. Call me anytime if you want to collaborate or anything. I'd be happy to do that. Although I could probably learn from you, because you've probably been in the chef game a lot longer than me. Joan Krupiash, I always love your support. We got also Jennifer Ann. Thank you for watching. Let me know where you're from, Jennifer. Danny, thank you for the questions. Jay is always a pleasure. You're my man. I know we only met once, but I could feel that when we get together, we would have a good time. All right, so I'm going to be signing off now. And you too, Joe. You have a good day. All right. Bonnie, go back and watch it later. Make yourself some bananas foster for you and your boyfriend. And get your mind open things. All right? And I'm sure everything will be well. All right. Take care, everyone. It was a pleasure. See you next Tuesday.